Hi. About a month and a half ago, maybe it's 2 months now, I did a video on student lending and student loans. And when I was going to college, I went on scholarships for undergrad, but I borrowed some money to go to law school. And back then, it was 0% to borrow the money while you were in school. And then when you graduated or were out of school, it was at 275 or 3%, but that was the cap. And I always thought that student loans were still the same. And last year, my now 18-year-old son was about to graduate from high school, and Sallie Mae started marketing to him. Now, both of my kids are straight A students. My daughter graduated with her associate's degree a week before she graduated from high school. And my son was 4 hours short from having his associate's degree from college when he graduated from high school. So both of them had scholarships and grants, and they didn't need to borrow any money. But what I saw when they were marketing to him was just these emails were predatory as could be. I mean, they're marketing to kids that have no financial sophistication, and they're inviting them to get into a $2,000 no essay scholarship sweepstakes so they can get, win this $2,000 scholarship, and then give us your parents' email and you get another chance at it. And then below that, they're talking about, they've got in big, bold letters, at 3.45%, but then underneath it says up to 17.99%, 18%. I was flabbergasted when I saw that. Just absolutely floored. Because having somebody borrow tens of thousands of dollars at 18% interest, you're tied up for life in those loans. You'll never pay them off. And so the predatory nature of it, I was just shocked. And the more I looked into it, the more I saw just how evil these people are at Sallie Mae. There are a bunch of people that came from JP Morgan Chase on Wall Street. And I couldn't believe it because the more I looked into what had happened, Blackstone, owned by Steve Schwarzman, he's the CEO, they're the largest owner of student housing in the country. They've gone out and bought up all the student housing. They have quadrupled those rents. Then they've gone out and somehow persuaded all of the boards of regents in every state in the country to raise tuition rates 10 to 40 times. So it's so much more expensive to go to school. And now when these kids go to register for college or at the university, they're taken in the back rooms with representatives of these lenders, and they try to talk them into taking on tens of thousands of dollars of debt to go to school. Now this creates a lifetime. And I'm serious when I say this. At 18%, you're $50,000 in debt. Unless you make a lot of money. If you're a school teacher, you're never paying that off. Ever. And they know this because it's long-term compounded debt. They are making the youth of America, they're turning them into indentured slaves. Their life's going to be filled with stress and depression and anxiety over these damn student loans. Now you think about that for a minute, how completely screwed up that is. Who are these people that they go out and buy up all the student housing, quadruple the price of that, bribe the boards of regents to raise tuitions 10 to 40 times what they used to be, so it's expensive as hell just to go to college. And then they get them to borrow tens of thousands of dollars to go to school at interest rates as high as 18%. And our Congress, the members of the current Congress, they voted to allow them to do this. I have never seen anything more evil, and I mean it is pure evil, to think about entrapping children, the youth of America, who we should be making our biggest investment in. I mean, they're the future of the country. And these, I don't even want to call them people because I don't understand them. They are as vile, as filthy, as uncaring, as unloving a people as I've ever seen in my life. Because even the Nazis in World War II, they killed the people in Auschwitz. But they killed them. These kids are, the rest of their lives are filled with depression and anxiety and stress that's not necessary, just so these people can buy another fucking house in the Hamptons. I do not understand that level of uncaring evil that these people at Blackstone and the lenders at Wall Street, at Sallie Mae, they're just evil, bad people. So what I did in the last month, after I wrote that, and I learned this stuff from them marketing to my son, I wrote a bill that would change the laws in America. It's called the Student Loan Fairness in Lending Act of 2025. It caps interest rates at 2% on student loans. It allows employers, they can pay the student loan off, and if they do, they get 100% tax credit. It also makes mandatory jail times for any lender that violates the bill in the future and tries to charge kids higher rates or lies to them about early prepayment penalties and things like that. These loans can be paid off prepayment early without prepayment penalties like they can do today. But to get it passed, this could become the law of the land. It could easily become the law of the land. But for that to happen, I need everybody listening to this that has a student loan or knows somebody with a student loan. I need your help. I've sent it to my reps and the 2 senators, called their offices. I've called Bernie Sanders' office and all these others, but we need to put pressure on the Congress people. So if you go to the website is slfla.org. Student Loan Fairness in Lending Act.org. Go there, you can read the bill. It's on a carousel, just scroll down a little bit. You can read the bill, and then there's a button that says sign our petition. I made a petition, and the goal, what I want to do is get 1 million signatures. Now, I know that sounds like a lot, but if you'll bear with me, if you are listening to this and you're an American citizen, you're over 18, or you're 17 and you're going to be 18 the next few months, if you will go to and sign that petition, it just takes 15 seconds. Just put your name, address, number. So when we take it to Congress, you're in their district. And you just sign it and it goes, and we've got a record of it so we can take it to Congress. Then please share it with 2 or 3 people. And think about this. If we could get 1,000 people listening to this today, and you share it with 2 or 3 people, in a day, we could have 2,000 or 3,000 people. If they shared it, I mean, think about it. If people would just do it, to be kind enough to care about their neighbor, to care about their grandchildren or children or America's kids, to get a better interest rate. Because I wrote the bill that it helps America's kids get an education, not make money for Wall Street. It helps the youth of America. But to make it the law of the land, I need your help. You working together, if you would share it with 2 or 3 people, And if you would share it on your social media sites, I've got buttons on there that you just click the button and it will take you to Facebook. It will take you to LinkedIn. It will take you to Instagram. And the other ones that have the links that you can do it. If we would all work together as a community, we could really make this happen. Not a pipe dream, but if you listening to this just said, yes, I'm going to help. And you go to the website, you read the bill, you sign the petition, and then you share it. You take the link and share it with 5 or 10 people in your phone and ask them, please sign this bill. We could make this the law of the land, and we could change the student lending laws, and we could help millions, tens of millions of young Americans and their parents as co-signers. I would love to help that many people, and I would love it if you would help me do that. Please help me. It only takes a little bit. And then the other thing I ask you to do, 3 phone calls. And it's easy. You call your representative, your elected representative in the House. You tell them who you are, you live in their district, and there's this bill called the Student Loan Fairness and Lending Act, and you would like them to sponsor it. And after you do that, they'll be aware of the bill. Then other people can call, and you can't call them nowadays because if you're not in their district, they won't listen to you. There's so many people, calling over different issues. But if you're in the district, you could do it. Just take a few minutes. It would only take 10 minutes. Go read the bill, sign the petition, and then share it with some people. Call your 2 senators, tell them you'd like them to sponsor this bill. Because it's not a Republican or Democratic thing. It's a human thing. This is helping millions and millions of young people in America pay 2% interest instead of 18% interest. A reasonable rate to go to school and get a better education. It's Americans, us, changing the law so we are making an investment in the youth of America so they can get an education and understand the world in which they live better. Please help me. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you and have a nice day.